All right, so I'm just gonna like focus on the energies of the day right now. I kind of feel like the masculine energy is now bringing forth these characters, like these feminine characters in their lives, and saying like, look, like this is what happened. Kind of like someone taking out like a bunch of Barbie dolls and reenacting a scene. So in a way, you could see that as like them not taking responsibility for their choices, because it's like, oh, I had this pressure on me, or but the question is, do we invite those pressures? Do we manifest them by having like like that will within ourselves to resist or delay or ignore? So I don't know if it's me personally or if it's like how the divine feminine will receive this information, but it just seems like 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 I hear you, or whatever. But it's like there's my friend Danielle told me there's a saying in French like I forget what is it again. Something like "ça ne fait pas dans une salade," like it's not enough to make like a meal out of it. Like it's not substantial. So, but but at the end of the Wizard of Oz, the wizard is revealed behind the curtain, and he seems weak, and you see the strings and the lights and whatever. And so, in a way, it's like what seemed before to be this like incredible force of the divine masculine is now revealed to be the wizard, who's just a dude with a lot of smoke and mirrors that maybe he's tired of using right now. So it's not glamorous to come forth and say like, hey, like I chose these people and situations over you, because at the time, like they thought that they had would benefit more from it somehow, either financially, like stability, passion, whatever. But that they were working with smoke and mirrors, and people who were not genuine. So it's kind of like it's kind of like knocking over a bunch of empty pans, and it just kind of makes a clatter, and you're just like, oh, there's like a bunch of empty pans on the floor, like there was no food in them, or like it's just like, yeah, you got a lot of options how to like cook your meal. Sorry, all my metaphors are really on point this morning. So yeah, so it's like a lot of emptiness, a lot of possibility, a lot like maybe these pots were expensive and like considered to be the best cooking pots you could ever have, but they're empty, and they want something more substantial because they want to fit on a salad, right? So yeah, so first I want to start off wishing you guys a very happy Saturday. And I'm just gonna kick the video off. Sorry, with a little sending you guys a little bit of good energy. Sometimes I do that at the end of the video. Sometimes I don't do that. Depends. All right, so I'm just gonna do that for a sec. Yeah, like just don't be sad. Like don't don't put all your eggs in the sad basket. Take each egg slowly, carefully out of the sad basket and make a new basket in your mind of like that's the most beautiful color you can think of. Put your eggs in that basket, okay? Like, don't, I feel strongly that there's a few people watching who feel like lonely, sad, lost, and there, while that energy exists for us to cling to and look at and immerse ourselves in, at the same time, always 24/7, there's always good energy you can access and start living in that mindset, attaching yourself to like good energy and just like forgive and release the bad so that it's not dragging you down or constantly distracting you, because like truly every day is a brand new day no matter what has taken place. And the miracle of transformation and the transmutation of any like negative energies through um, forgiveness is like heavy duty and worth it, and something you need to like, you need to practice your energies. It's like, do you want another metaphor? Do you want to go through life on a rusty scooter that like with the, with the tires a bit too deflated, that you no longer have the right size pump for? Or do you want to go through life in a Lamborghini and like that's brand new and never needs any repair, like that's magically self-repairing and you never need to feel that? That's what forgiveness feels like. Like forgiveness feels like the best possible vehicle you could go through life in. So explore that. And there's like plenty of free videos online about like teaching you to forgive, or like guided meditations and stuff like that. It's really important to me that whoever's watching this video make that effort, because peace of mind is available to you, and like believe that. Okay. So the crystal cards today are the Divine Temple Crystal, which represents source energy. Okay, I gotta put on my glasses. I don't have my puppy right now with me because my daughter was he's super cute. Okay. Another day. I'm deeply connected to and an expression of the divine source of the universe. Yes, you are. You were made on purpose, with purpose, to express source energy and creativity the way that you like are downloading it, from the best possible place. And then we have, and like just to what I just said, fire agate. I really hope I pronounced that right. Creativity. I allow the creativity of my soul to shine through into my world. And like the big word here is allow, okay? So a lot of the time, like we spend a lot of energy blocking all kinds of things because we're used to being defensive, or we doubt, or we're not like best buds with the universe yet. Like people are cool and stuff, but like you gotta make best buds with the universe, and then like your other friends are like your other friends, because the universe always has your back and doesn't gossip and always has like the best idea for what to do on the weekend. So okay, so allow the creativity of your soul. Okay, allow it, like open the doors and allow it to shine through into your world. Like look how pretty that is. Like check that out. Why wouldn't you want to be like in that energy, right? So call upon fire agate and the divine temple crystal to help you in those efforts. Okay. I'm just gonna look at the time. All right, I'm good. So in my deck, we have, as soon as I started reading, my nose starts running. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm like using my head. So I'll talk. My head is exercising. Anyway, but it's a little bit like, why? So something's going to be said, kind of like what I was feeling earlier, where the masculine energy is presenting like, well, this is why I did that, you know. But you could, you know how like you go through life and like you don't see necessarily like your main divine masculine kind of every day. Like then the universe sends you other people, other teachers, other soulmates to teach you about love and friendship and whatever. So it doesn't necessarily have to come through like the person you think is your divine partner. Anyway, there's going to be a message. And it's also like, you know how like you get animal messages and or like you hear a song, or you know, these messages can come from anywhere, or you can observe them in other people that you're around. So it can either come directly from your masculine or like a message that you pick up in the world that's being spoken today. There's also going to be some abundance of, you know, like offering of what just this looks like some kind of abundance, or even food, or you know, like just a gift, like a smallish but nourishing gift that could either be like information, like an opportunity, you know, just like a gift, and then some surprising news. So there's like 2 communication cards in there. So that's echoing like what I was saying at the top. In the Mother Peace deck, we have the 9 of Wands. And we have the 10 of Cups. All right. Nothing wrong with the 10 of Cups. Okay. Just gonna wear my glasses. All right. So yeah, I'm seeing some of the cards I pulled like in a progression, like a timeline type way. So these 2 cards, it's like, I mean, I'll look at the definition too, but it's kind of like you've sort of exhausted all your passions with a bunch of people. And it's like at some point, like Source steps in and it's just like, hey guys, turn around. Like stop messing around and turn around and like notice what you should be doing and how abundant you are. Like just don't go around like searching for this experience or that experience randomly with a bunch of people. You have everything you need if you can just listen to your intuition and see what like blessings are before you, instead of like screwing around the campfire, like trying to show off and yeah. Because like once everybody knows what their thing is, or you know, you're not going to be all like chaotic. You're going to be like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know why I woke up this morning and the day is beautiful, and nobody's going to be in conflict. You know, we've all got the universe as our best buddy and we know what to do, and we don't need to like get all up in the heads of human beings to like search and treasure hunt for that. So whatever you can do to connect more with your intuition is going to help you with basically everything. And if you can do that in a sober fashion, all the better. I'm just going to look at, excuse me. Oh, jeez. Why did I think that was a 9? It's because I didn't have my glasses on. But essentially, it's the same, what I was just describing. Like, 5 of Wands is like people fighting and getting all... I mean, I don't even think I said the 9. I just thought it was. But I was reading it as it was, which is like just getting all up in people's faces and with your passions that could be conflicting. And like, I want you to, power hungry, manipulative, oppressive, codependent, all that jazz that makes like relationships no fun. And then like turning to this 10 of Cups, because you can't have the 10 of Cups without knowing like what your purpose is truly, like, and without, like, you need to fulfill yourself first as a whole human being, and then find someone who's like a whole human being to come together to have this kind of like divine, like awesome, easy, fun, fulfilling relationship. I don't need to look at that book. I just need to wear my glasses more often. All right, and then we have strength. Oops, sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. Which they call fortitude here. Normally, like in the strength card, this woman is opening the jaws of the lion, but I'm kind of like, don't hit the lion over the head with your cup. Your cup of fiery passion. It's interesting, like in some decks she doesn't look angry, but she looks kind of angry here. Covered in armor with the flower of life on her chest. So it's like her heart is open. Her passions are like out and like flaming. And she's just like, I'm doing this. And like, even though divine masculine, you've been catty, like it's on, like you're not, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't fool me, and I'm stronger than the BS. And you pretending like pretending. I don't know if I want to use the word pretending, but taming the beast, you know what I mean? And the way, I guess, to tame the beast is for the feminine to just be like rawr, and sometimes it doesn't feel good to be pushed into your strength, because like it's more fun just to be chill and have everybody like be nice and stuff. But sometimes like people push you like, yeah, like I'm going through a situation now. Well, I seem to always be going through some kind of thing like this, where people or life gets me in a situation where I'm forced to be strong when like everything seems against me, or I have to like very clearly explain myself to people to like step down the situation. or like eliminate the situation. So it's not fun to be pushed to that place. But when you discover, like, oh, okay, like I'm actually not weak, I can totally take this on, and uh, like, and in many cases, like I overcome the problem, or like, I'll give you one example. One time, like, just through, because parenting can be expensive and stuff. I was like late with my visa payment, and then and I just was kind of not paying attention when like the mailings were like escalating, like we want it now, we wanted it yesterday, okay, we're taking action. And then so I was kind of sleeping on that, and then all of a sudden it was like court date, and then and I was just like, oh my god, like it's so basic. It's like, yeah, I'll pay you back, but anyway, but you still have to go to court and like tell them what happened. It's kind of like your other parents, like court is like your unfriendly other parents that you have to explain yourself to. So yeah, so there was this lawyer assigned to, like, that the bank hired, who was like really mean. And because I grew up with a mom lawyer, like I knew what was proper and what wasn't proper in the behavior of a lawyer. And I knew he was being like over the top threatening and saying like, you better pay the court fees before the trial, like, or else, or just. And I was like, no, like, we'll see who wins, and then that person doesn't have to pay the court fees. Like, so there's a chance I'm gonna win. Anyway, so he really didn't like that, and I started using like legal jargon I was familiar with, and he really didn't like that I knew anything about law, knew my rights. Anyway, so then he was too chicken to show up, and he sent somebody else. But like the night before, I felt really strongly that other people that had dealt with this guy who was very threatening, and I actually like reported him to the bar, but they didn't like do anything about it. But anyway, I felt that he had threatened other people, and they had really not found the strength to go after him, and felt too discouraged, and like maybe bad things had happened to them, or they, so I was really like feeling that way, like wanting even more to step up and like take this person on. And it's like having to speak in court, you have to use like there's a certain like different vibe. It's like it's like hanging with a different crowd that like communicates like in their own kind of like code. And unless you know what that code is, you're kind of an outsider, and they can kind of do or say whatever they want to like get you in a bad position, which isn't fair. Because not everybody has a mom for a lawyer, right? And so yeah, so I got there, and the other guy was like, did you pay the court fees like before? And I was like, no, let's see who wins this. And then he knew like you can't force me to pay it, so he like shut up. And then we both like presented our thing, and I said, I'm a busy single mom, and I slept on these mailings, and I want to pay you back, and here's the payment schedule I can meet. And then the judge was like, okay. And then the other guy, the bank and the lawyers like had to pay the court fee, and I was just like, very happy about that. And so it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun going to Laval to a courthouse and having to explain myself for being late, and then having to deal with these like extra large, like not nice people. But then after it was over, I was like, oh, okay, I'm a lot stronger than I thought. So it's not fun when you're being put in the position of having to be this person, when you put on your armor and your heart's like out there and your passions are on fire and you're like, I'm taming you. It's not fun to be put in this position, but this is the kind of strength that is present right now, today, to take on these, to tame the beast, like either for the masculine to tame the beast within, or to like deal with these people that I was picking up early at the beginning of the reading, these characters in their life who've been preventing them from being this strong, genuine person. So they're taking it on because they want to go from fighting to having it all in an inspired fashion. And so that they can like bring source to their life and make their own creativity through that. Because it feels good to be awesome. Like, it feels like crap to not be awesome. So it's worth your while. All right. So then I got this series of cards, which are like a story. Okay, why is this card bugging me? So this was on the bottom of the deck of the Mother Piece, which is like the Daughter of Swords, where she's like, this energy is like bringing, like manifesting what she wants into life with her fierce force, you know. So after you, with that strength, it's like, I know I'm bringing this down. Like this is what's happening. Okay, because that's the underlying energy of like the masculine wanting to have the life they want, but it's like it's on them to be in their power and like make it happen and put all these other people with their passions and like how they want them to live their lives, like just to be like, nope, because you want this, right? All right. So first, the masculine was in the King of Pentacles energy, where he's like, you know, I'm the Lord of my life, and it's all about the coin and stability and like sex and like things like that, because orange, sacral chakra kind of stuff. And he was like being like kind of sexy and passionate and only putting that kind of first. And then he was getting all like greedy and clingy to these situations that weren't really like working, and like hanging on. It's like, don't bug me, don't touch me, don't tickle me, because I don't want my feet to come off my coins here. Like, don't stay away. But then he was just like, wait a sec, I'm missing out on something. Like, I want to look like what ships are coming in for me, because like where I'm at, like it's kind of like this guy got up. Even this guy got up because he's wearing like the same orange kind of robes. He got up and got off his coins eventually to look and see like what passions await, like what possibilities await and what's coming in. Because there's a change, things have come to an end. Things have come full circle, and whatever was played out has played out, and now it's like a new beginning. And then I get a really heavy duty space out energy with that, which is like kind of the confirmation. So yeah, it's not fun when things end and people let you down and people were fighting, and then that makes you have to be strong. But when you have the universe as your like best buddy, and you're always like, you know, with the universe, it's like things will go right for everyone, even your adversaries or like people who supposedly like love you so much, but who want to control you in some way, or like want to keep you always one step behind being like amazing. Because like people know some stuff, right? They know about life, or they, it's like parents who are like, I know what's best for you. Yeah, well, you know, maybe from your perspective, but you have to like first have your intuition on point, because that's like your divine kind of parents. And then you have your like real family, which is like a, thank you very much and everything, but it's like a mixture of different karmic combinations from, I don't even want to say like past lives, because like there is no time, but multi-dimensional life is like a complex of energies. And one thing you can do as a healer for yourself and other people is to like clean up and repair and like bring back to perfection that energy, so it's not always like vibrating with toxic stuff that reduces your glow, or like possibilities and stuff. So yeah, if anybody wants to connect with me in terms of like a healing session over distance or reading, like I'm happy to do so. Part of my purpose on this channel is to be present in your life and be available for that, and also just to be in your community to help be like a nice energy, because it feels good to be nice. Okay, well, I hope you have a really good weekend, and thank you very much for hanging out.